Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a review of Assassin's Creed Bloodstone. This is another comic that was sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again. And yeah, as you guys are aware, I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. Even though the franchise has pretty much dipped in quality, and Ubisoft is probably on the way. I am probably going to see Ubisoft either bought off or shut down and give it like 2 or 3 years, and I'm being generous in that regard. But yeah, I think it's safe to say Ubisoft is on the way out because of, you know, it's a goddamn clown show behind the scenes. Anyway, but Titan Books decided to do, got the license to do comic reviews for the series, and I thought it would be I've kind of been curious about the comics, so this is the first time I've read it. Now, so they do deal with stuff that has been tied into other franchises. Like, this comic right here actually ties into a lot of the stuff that happened with Desmond Miles, and also the stuff that happened in Assassin's Creed Rogue. But anyway, so this story, let's talk about it. This comic basically centers around a new character named Tomo, and he has been sent to assassinate this guy named Gorm, who is a former assassin turned Templar, and in order to find him as well as what's going on, he has to, use a version of the Animus to look through the eyes of a soldier assassin from the 1960s during the Vietnam War. So it's basically Assassin's Creed meets Call of Duty Black Ops. That's really what this is, guys. It really, I feel like the writer of this comic, whose name I'm gonna butcher already, Guillermo Dorison, Guillermoon Dorison, I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. It feels like, we're doing like Call of Duty Black Ops, but with Assassin's Creed. And I like the setting. I think it's a cool idea to do, because it's interesting, because the comic is set in 2017, and we're only going back, like, only X number of years, like, almost, like, little over 40 years. Like, that's, for me, at least, that's probably the shortest, like, time jump back for most of these assassins. The assassin we do follow in here, I forget his name. The assassin they're, like, inheriting the body of. I'm trying to, like, remember, pull off his name real fast. Hang on, because they got some stuff involving that character. Yeah, Aleski, who is a spy for the assassins and also posing as a U.S. commando. The comic is only 2 issues long. It's quite literally 2 issues long, and I feel like it should have been longer, because it's like 2 oversized issues, and boy, does this writer try to put way too much in way too little time. Because, like, the comic, I had trouble trying to keep up with 2 issues. Like, Tomo is trying to avenge his mother's death and the death of their chapter of the Assassin of the Creed. He's trying to do all this, but also he's meeting a girl named Adler who does have ties to the video games, and there's a complex weave with him and another web on top of that. It's very James Bondian in a way, but it's like overcomplicated. It's a very, like, overcomplicated story, and how they're trying to tie in with the Animus and going back into Aleski's life as an assassin during the Vietnam War is also, like, because they also deal with certain, like, events that happened in the 60s, one being the Kennedy assassination. I'm like, oh, don't do this. I know the Assassin's Creed games are predicated to doing, like, conspiracies and also, like, being part of major historical moments, but I was like, guys, come on, don't do the Kennedy assassination. Come on, no, come on. That, then saying, like Lee Harvey Oswald was, like, a sleeper agent for the Templars. Fucking what? Yeah. But I get it, that's just par of the course for the game. I was just like, do we really need to do a Kennedy assassination conspiracy? Really? The story does also end on a pretty, like, abrupt note. Again, this comic is technically only 2 issues long, and I feel like it could have helped with one more issue, to help, extend the story, even though it's, like, again, 2 oversized issues told in one big graphic novel. I do feel like the comic could have had a little more help with one more issue, because it just suddenly ends. Like, it just suddenly and abruptly just is like, boop, that's the end. Okay, thanks for the warning heads up, but sure. Emma, I thought it was alright. I think it does try to do too much, and it's also, it also tries to, like, tie in so many strings in so little time. That's been kind of an issue I've been having with some of the comics I've been reading, where it's like, are y'all just not having enough time? Are they just not giving you enough time to do these books? I really don't know, but yeah. Having said that, though, I am curious to read these other Assassin's Creed books. Like, I know they've got, like, a few other comics here and there, so I am curious to read, like, these other Assassin's Creed comics, because it does, even though I thought this was just okay, it does make me interested to read the other Assassin's Creed comics from Titan Books. But yeah, it's a decent book. If you are a diehard Assassin's Creed fan and want to check out, like, Assassin's Creed during the Vietnam War, and also have Cold War politics, and also give that Call of Duty Black Ops vibe, not Call of Duty future games, the first one, the best one. Yeah, so I recommend it. I do recommend it. But yeah, I want to thank my friend Chris for sending me this comic. And yeah, if you've read Assassin's Creed Bloodstone, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.